regular session for October 13th, 2015 at 4:05, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Secondly, we have the swearing in of Mayor Winslow.
If you would repeat after me.
Hold on, I need my cheat sheet.
I, Sandra Winslow,
I, Sandra Winslow,
do solemnly swear that I will
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and
Oregon,
the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties as mayor
that I will faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
of the town of Lakeview,
of the town of Lakeview,
to which I have been
to
appointed,
which I have been appointed
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you.
Mayor.
Yeah, so now I can't just leave. Okay, public comment. Do we have public comment today from anyone? Well, no one? Okay. Communications, comments, informational items. There are a number there. Prescribed burning, DEQ public meeting in Klamath Falls in October, air quality meeting agenda, Christmas committee meeting agenda, 4-H signs in flower pots, and the cost increase for charter cable, and a letter from the Schmeek Memorial Museum thanking us for contribution. Any questions at all? Anyone?
Sandy, if I may go back to public comment, I think I can save Charlie and Melinda and the Kellys a little bit of time, because I know that they're here to talk about the donation of or the creation of a parcel of land that's part of the assisted living facility, long-term care facility development in town. There was a little bit of a question that came up regarding how the plat map gets created with Daryl yesterday. And so we I didn't put on the agenda for the council to make a decision on that today because, but with that said, I don't want you guys to have to come back later to talk about what it is that we're trying to do down at the hospital. So we can save it for new business, even though it's not on our agenda, or we can explain to the council now what it is that we're doing, and then we'll approve it at the meeting on the 27th. Okay. So let me tell you what we're doing. And then these guys can fill in the gaps, because I'm sure I'll leave some. As you all know, the health district is in the process of developing an assisted living and long-term care facilities. 3 units called, they've now named themselves Lakeview Gardens, and these are going to be out to the west in the property they acquired from Pacific Power. State law licensing these kinds of facilities requires assisted living facilities to be separated by ownership from long-term care facilities. And that strip of land there, of course, all belongs to the health district. And so what we've came up with is, their plan is to put the assisted living facility out near 9th Street, and then the long-term care facilities, 2 of them, will be more over behind the hospital facilities that are currently there.
That is where what used to be the north end of the Seropton is.
Right. And so what I had suggested that they do, and seems to fit the needs for the licensing processes, is for them to divide out a piece, partition a piece of land that divides that Pacific Power property into the assisted living at one end, long-term care at the other end, and give that piece, deed that piece in the middle to the town of Lakeview to break the ownership. And then we would lease that back to them for them to maintain it as green space or whatever it, part of the, there'll be no difference in appearance on the ground other than they'll it'll belong to us and they'll take care of it, of course. and it'll meet their requirements and state law to divide it up. And so that's what the question is going to be, and we were hoping to have that ready for you to discuss today, but as I started to say, and Daryl he's on his way to Grants Pass, but the question came up about, a technical question about the preparation of the partition plat, because the partition has been approved, but you can actually probably dedicate the land to the town on the partition plat without actually having to create and record a deed. And it should speed up the process and make it easier to do so. That's kind of the gist of the whole thing, and with that I'll turn it over to Charlie, Melinda, or the Kellys to fill in the details, if there are.
The only thing I would add is the reason for this, it's actually a federal rule that says an assisted living cannot be located adjacent to a critical care or an acute care hospital. We are a critical access hospital. But because of that requirement, by separating the space between district property and the assisted living facility, we meet the letter of the law.
Sounds like a pretty good tweak.
And so what we have intended is that while it will be deeded to the town, we would maintain it as a park area space between the assisted living and long-term care facilities. Create a very nice environment.
I have a little question. Will you be leaving the path on the north side of the creek with the trees, et cetera, where people walk quite often down that path?
I think you're thinking about on the west side, the loop, is that what you're thinking about?
No.
We're starting from 9th Street, and
Yeah.
there'll actually be
But
one.
this is right next, it's
To
the
the
path
creek.
that's, goes along the creek.
We would keep that
That's
as
the
is.
same,
Yeah, we're not going
that far.
that far to the north.
I mean, a lot of people walk that, you know, and it's really a nice little stretch there. Thank you,
And we want to keep that so that people get to enjoy it.
thank you.
Okay.
So I think, you know, that's as far as we can go today. But
Okay.
at least now they're aware, and I don't know that there's a need for you to come back at our next meeting. I guess if I sense there is, I'll let you know that.
Okay.
Okay,
But,
thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for coming.
Nice to find a way to make federal laws reasonable.
It's a dumb law that they put in there.
I think
Yeah.
there are several.
That's a bureaucracy, I think.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you
We'll
very
listen
much.
to the debate and see how they're gonna fix it.
Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome, thank you guys.
All right. So, any other public comments on go back in that? Department reports. Please, Matt Gray, anything to add to your report, Matt?
Not that I can think of.
Have you received applications for our openings or?
Yeah, we have an interview next Monday for a lateral, and we got one lateral and I think about 10 recruits, and what's that number's up now?
No.
It was about 10 last time I checked,
Okay.
so we'll be interviewing the lateral next Monday.
And on the table is Chief Morrell's report. He got it in after the packet, so that there weren't in the packets like that.
Yeah, okay. You want one? I think there's one right here.
Also up there, if you want to look at it, is today's version of the cities and counties that have been opted out in some form or other of the medical or the marijuana measure 3400.
Pardon me, Ray,
I just said the other document up there is today's, well, it was actually yesterday's update of the cities and counties that have taken advantage of the opt-out provisions in the Senate Bill 34, right, House Bill 3400.
Has it changed much
Not
in the last couple of weeks or so?
Not much. Most of the ones that have added to it, Mike, are cities in western Oregon that can only opt out by a vote, and there's a few of those.
okay. 911, Scott Utley's not here.
Scott is at a 911 conference. I would just personally update you for Scott. I don't know, some of you may or may not know that last Friday, I believe it was, he was working with Lake County Search and Rescue and had an accident on a four-wheeler and dislocated his shoulder and is kind of laid up for the fall. I'm afraid that he is off to the conference, so he's well enough to attend to our meetings. So.
Okay, and Fire Dennis Morrill we have his report, but he was not here either.
He's got it there tagged, it's near the end of the season.
Always takes precedence.
And Anderson Engineering, we did. Public Works, Jeff Marshall's here. Good report, Jeff. First one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything to add?
There's
or?
actually a mistake on it.
Oh.
The water usage average, there was a decimal point between the 4 and 5.6, so it says 10 million gallons a day instead of 1,334,000.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
With regards to Jeff's department, of course, we have promoted Jeff as to the Public Works Director's position. And then Jeff and I interviewed applicants last week to take Jeff's job that he's vacating. Of course, it'll be the junior position in the crew as far as seniority goes, but we had several good interviews, people with some good qualifications, especially CDLs, but we hired a gentleman whom we will bring to introduce to you when he's on staff. His name is Pete Fortune. He's from over in the Bonanza area and has several of the qualifications and certifications that Jeff can take advantage of within his department. So we're looking forward to him. His family has, he'll probably tell you all this, but he has family connections in the area that's bringing them back to Lakeview as well. So.
Do you have anything else to add to your report then, Ray?
I don't think so. I just did.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you and good luck.
Yes.
Yes.
Consent calendar. We have the special session minutes from September 17th, 2015, and special session minutes from September 21st, 2015. Are there any corrections or additions that can be noted? If not, I'll accept it.
I move that we accept the consent calendar for the special session minutes of September 17th and September 21st, 2015.
Is there a second?
I'll second that. I just had to read it. I hadn't had a chance to do so.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Unanimous. Mayor council updates. I was out of town for 2 weeks, so I did nothing for the town during that period of time. Intend to get back to work today.
I have not made any special meetings or done much this time, just not.
Okay.
I've
You're gonna
been
make us look bad, aren't you?
No, not really. It's been kind of a lot time of the year, really. But Ray and I have been visiting with the county in regards to Red Rock and the community service fee, and so those negotiations are ongoing, and that's the involvement that we share with you right now.
Okay, thank you. Ray, anything else that you have?
I think I covered pretty much everything. The Christmas committee is meeting already, and we'll meet again Thursday at 11:30. Trying to picture what time it is. There's been some confusion on that, but so we're organizing already for that. I shouldn't say already. We're in the middle of October already for crying out loud. So that's going on, and then I just was going to let you know that tomorrow I'm going to go to Klamath. The DEQ Commission is meeting in Klamath Falls. If you remember, a couple of years ago they met here in Lakeview. They're having some updates and discussion about the air quality programs in Klamath Falls and Lakeview in particular. So I'm going to go there and make sure we're represented, you know, with a program and what we're doing. So I'll be over there tomorrow afternoon and early part of the evening.
Thank you. And anything to do with air quality going on, or?
We start making our calls the 15th, but other than that, no. Maybe are gonna talk about amending, you know, for the sole source exemption and
Right.
extending that.
So now the air quality thing is starting on,
We start making the calls on the 15th, yes.
Kind of warming people up to it.
Yeah, but they don't start doing the surveys until the 1st of November.
okay, well that, I was confused because I think I saw that in the paper.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And we do not have anything under old business, so we'll proceed to new business. We have item A, a petition for utility service for Greg and Carl Baker, water, and they are out of town. They've completed an application, and I believe everything is here in this packet. If they turned in, so.
Just to give you some idea where this is at, it's right across the K Street to the east of where the new Head Start facilities are going to be located.
So do they already have sewer service?
They already have sewer service. It was part of the old suburban sanitary sewer system that eventually became part of the town. We own it now.
Okay. So they are requesting that we have the water service be connected to their home, so
Are there any issues with that?
Nope, I think it's a welcome addition. We're doing them in the same neighborhood, right to the whole street on the program.
and I believe they will be annexed into the town as a result of doing this, so. Okay.
We'll go through an annexation procedure.
Right.
And we have several. We're kind of waiting on a couple of more that may come along still this fall, and then we'll do an annexation procedure.
Okay. We have a motion to approve.
I would move that we approve the petition for utility service for water for Greg and Carla Baker.
Second?
Second then.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. And the second item is a petition for utility service for a John and Shirley Wakeman.
Sandy did point out to me that the maps that should be attached to this one aren't there. It's in the same neighborhood. If you can probably do one or two things, we either hold it until we have the maps, or you can approve it subject to the maps being attached, either way.
Well, it's what, 1073 and 1079.
They're right next to each other.
I'm right next to them.
I would make a motion that we approve the petition for utility service for out-of-town water service for John and Shirley Whitman.
And I'll second that.
I have a motion to approve the out-of-town water service for John and Shirley Wakeman. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. And let's see, I have resolution number 882, in the matter of declaring surplus property and setting a sale date. There's a list of property here that is no longer used by the town and will be sold to the highest bidder.
It happens that Dog Lake Construction is having a sale of some equipment there. They'll accept consignments of other equipment at the same sale. Jeff got with me with regards to this stuff that's taking up space and equipment that's not being used, hasn't been for some time with the town, and it looks like a good opportunity to get rid of it. If we try to have our own sale, you know, we won't get very many people that attend, but there'll probably be a crowd at this one.
Yeah, they sent out a flyer, you guys probably all got it in your mail, for the Duarte sales auction out there. The map was a little off, but it was, you know, statewide advertised on the internet and with that mailing, so pretty well advertised auction. I think we'll get more for our equipment.
Yeah. Okay. We need to approve this resolution or disapprove. We have a motion.
I move that we approve resolution number 882 in the matter of declaring the surplus property and the setting of the sale date.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 882 in the matter of declaring surplus property and setting a sale date. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimous. Okay. And let's see. Next thing on the agenda is administration agreement between the town of Lakeview and Christopher, Eric, and Philip Blythe.
We discussed these, of course, in executive session a while ago, so you had a chance to talk with John and Daryl and myself with regards to these. But again, you know, just on the surface of it, these are resolving issues that had to do with the apparent impacts that the town had on the, what's referred to as the Gus Allen Hot Springs, or the Blythe Hot Springs. We used to call it Stinky Corner, south of Lakeview. And as I had said before, you know, it appears that we, I think it's a lot related to drought conditions as well, but we also appear to have had an impact during the drought condition by when we started using our well for heating the schools and the hospital. And so these agreements, that this one and the others that will follow, have to do with resolving those issues.
And those issues were not all that detrimental, it was more so just, I mean, it's not a life-threatening situation or anything, it's not.
There's no life-threatening situations, no. It's a property damage sort of thing that somebody had something on their property that they don't have any longer because of what we've done. And you know, these agreements will allow us to, or actually maybe a better term would be to require us to provide water out of our geothermal system into the hot spring to artificially wet it when nature doesn't do it. And it sets out the parameters about how we do that and when we do it. And
Second to bring back the stinky smell?
I don't know, you know, I thought about that same thing. I wondered if it'll smell or if it'll just be wet.
I go that way a lot.
I actually wondered about that. I guess we're gonna find out.
How that turns out, I think we all wondered that too. So do you need motions on each separate?
I think we should have a motion on the mitigation agreement, and then that should be followed by a motion, and those motions probably should authorize the mayor to sign, because I think all the documents are prepared for the mayor's signature. And then a separate motion for the memorandum of agreement, and another motion for the license agreement, and then finally a motion for the addendum to the real property use agreement.
Okay. Do you want to split this?
Sure.
Fire away.
I move that we approve the mitigation agreement between the town of Lakeview and Christopher, Eric, and Philip Blythe, and to authorize our mayor to sign for the town council on these agreements.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the mitigation agreement between the town of Lakeview and Christopher, Eric, and Philip Blythe, and for the mayor to sign said agreement. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Unanimous?
And I would make a motion that we approve the memorandum of agreement in regards to this property and the situation.
And the mayor has to sign.
And with the mayor's signature.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the memorandum of agreement, also concerning the mitigation agreement, and for the mayor to sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries, unanimous. And the license agreement.
I move that we approve the license agreement between the town of Lakeview and Jerry Berry and Wanda S. Berry, and Christopher Eric and Philip Blythe, and allow and direct our mayor to sign those papers.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the license agreement between the town of Lakeview, Jerry Berry, Wanda Berry, and Christopher Eric and Philip Blythe, and allowing the mayor to sign. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Unanimous. And one more.
And item G, the first addendum to real property lease agreement. It's an addendum made and entered into by the town and Jerry Berry and Wanda Berry. And I would make a motion to approve that.
And the mayor sign.
And with the mayor's signature.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the first addendum to real property lease agreement between Jerry Berry and Wanda Berry in town of Lakeview. And the mayor to sign. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimous. Thank you. All right. And the next item on the budget is council member appointment.
Just to kind of summarize, I guess we've been vacant position since July, one position since July, the other one since the 1st of September. We've recruited, through various means and actually conducted interviews on the 17th and the 21st of September of 3 applicants, 2 of which are here today. So that brings us to the point that we are today. And so I guess, we just need to deal with this at some point. You can do, I guess you don't have to appoint anybody today if you don't want to. You can appoint 1, you can appoint 2. I just don't really know, I don't know which direction you want to go. So you guys will get to hash it out.
I'm not sure how we need to go about it, but I think that I'm ready to get some people up here beside us.
Are you lonely? You could
Yeah.
You could move up a couple.
This has been difficult, and there's some, I still have some unresolved issues in a couple, in 1 or 2 cases, but I have made one decision, and at this time, I move that we appoint Ray Turner to serve the rest of the term for one of our vacant council positions.
And I will second that.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second to approve Ray Turner for a position on the town council. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Welcome.
And I would,
Be careful for what you wish.
I would base I think we had some very good applicants. And
I do too.
I would commend them all for stepping forward, and I think that shows a lot for each one of the individuals. But I have noticed that the 2 who are here in our room have been involved in various meetings that I've attended and been involved in with the town of Lakeview. And so with that in mind, I would say that I would support Darwin in regards to, or I would make a motion that we appoint
Darwin Johnson.
Darwin Johnson to the other position for town council.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Okay. We have a motion and a second to approve Darwin Johnson as a member of the town council. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Soon as I can get up here.
So, our next meeting is the 27th, and we need you guys to be swearing in. Amy's getting good at it.
No, my goodness.
Actually, the mayor can do that now that she's
Yeah.
sworn in.
Oh.
And I should have pointed out earlier, I don't know where, you know, it was pointed out to me that we had failed to swear Sandy in after she was appointed to her position, and I guess just in all of the things going on, we just failed to think about doing that. We usually do it following an election, so.
The only thing that I want to ask in regards to the swearing in, I didn't hear the demeaning clause in there. Have we changed that?
Yes.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
We knew you would like that.
I don't think that's very
It was
good.
a poor choice of words, wasn't
It
it?
is now, what did you use? We
Discharge my.
discharge, faithfully discharge.
Okay, much better than demeaning.
I'd also like to suggest that both of our two new members be given a copy of the town charter and the council rules to get started on.
I'll get that out.
And the budget? Oh, wow, he's eager to get going there.
Well, just a no.
I don't know that you can give them
Trying
a
to
full,
change it.
full town charter, can you, Ray? I mean.
Oh, no, the charter's only, you know, it's about 20 pages or so.
Okay, I've got that, okay.
Yeah.
You got it, and the council rules is really an ordinance that has,
Right.
you know, it's about the same length.
Okay.
Bedtime reading.
And I,
Especially if you go pretty fast.
just one little comment, I was reminded that on our financial reports, and I will be doing it for October, November, and December, so those are my regular months, and I will also do Mr. Hughes' last one, which was not completed.
Okay.
So, it's in my box, I'll do that. So, okay, with that, we will close the regular.
Oh, I wanted to just make sure everybody is, I'm sorry. I was lucky enough to draw an elk tag, and my hunting season starts on the 28th of October, so
We'll
I
forgive you. You need a little
expect
time on
to
there.
I expect to be traveling on the 27th, so I most likely won't be here at your next council meeting.
Well, good luck on the hunt.
I hope so. It's
So
been
we're
a long
going
time
to have-
since I've been here.
You're going to have an elk feed for us, right?
I don't want to promise too much.
Okay. Anything additional from anyone? With that, we will close the town council meeting at 4:37.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming.